Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. It seems like these guys listened to me or something. Yesterday or 2 days ago? 2 days ago, I made a video where I asked a question: why aren't these guys from the U.S. Government talking about the prisoner exchange with Russia? Remember, the cannabis girl, Brittany Griner, was swapped with Mr. Victor Baut, the merchant of death. So a basketball player for that guy, and after that, nothing. Remember, it was about, I don't know, like 3 or 4 or 5 months continuously. The basketball player who has some, victim badges, if you know what I mean, is anyway. Oh my God, she was convicted 9 years and a half in Russian penitentiary for smuggling cannabis in Russia. By their law, you go to prison. Oh my God, no, she can't go. She's this, she's that, she's this, she's that. You can't use those things in Russia. You use them here and you just get, that's okay. Over there, it didn't work that way. If you remember, even Blinken, and what's his name, Biden, said they will talk to Putin about only that issue, will contact. And Blinken spoke with Lavrov about that issue, only that issue. Not Ukraine, not tens of thousands of people dying in Ukraine and being becoming refugees, and no, we're not going to talk to Russia about that. They don't deserve our attention. But one basketball player with all those with the most important thing, everybody was like, please release her. It was embarrassing, but that maybe puts a value in perspective for some. Okay? And I hope you got that hint, guys. You remember they associated Griner, the cannabis girl, a little point with this guy Whelan. Okay? Once she was released, back, nothing for what, 4 months, whenever she was released, nothing about anything else. And I predicted that. I said it whenever they tried to put them together. It was all about her. They mentioned him just to keep some people, like a certain kind of people, like, oh no, it's not only about her, see, that's him as well. It's a white heterosexual guy who was a Marine or something, and well, it's not. See, it's not only no. Okay, anybody? Yeah. What they say? Wait until she gets out. When she's gonna be swapped, and I said she will be swapped, you're not gonna hear anything. It's gonna be like a dead boop. That's how it is. But we find out that Blinken knows that's a little issue, and supposedly, allegedly, he talked to Lavrov about it on the sidelines of the G20 meeting in New Delhi in India. But guess what? The Russians denied that. Said, no, Mr. Blinken did not raise the question about Mr. Whelan whatsoever. Again, now, who do you trust? Nothing for 3 or 4 months, all of a sudden they meet, it's about Whelan. Really? I mean, if you're below 86, you can believe that. I will not believe that, even though I might be below 86 too. But all right, let's see what's going on here. So this is the first one, right? This is the first statement from Bloomberg. Blinken pressed Lavrov in rare but brief meeting at G20 summit. He pressed because he's a tough guy. Jesus Christ, he's a weasel, man. See, this is an example of something that I read when I was about 17 or 18 years old. I had a little book that was given to me, came into my house. I can't remember who bought it. Doesn't really matter. I'm not incriminating anybody. I can say I bought it, so what? Well, anyway, not you. You know what I mean? The weasels. So I read it and whatever. One of the things over there was this guy said that in Vienna in about 1910s, something like this, maybe before that, he said that he noticed that the mass media then, the newspapers, could make the most important issue something that was non-important, or make an unimportant person that had no value the most important person by repetition and by covering that guy in a certain kind of light in a week. And he said the most respectable person in the society could have been destroyed in about a week by the same media. That's how much press had, how much power the press had then. And he said these guys can make from a big issue that disappear in 2 weeks if they don't repeat it, they don't cover it. The same here. You don't hear about certain things that happen on this planet, not because they don't happen. It's because some people decide you would not be interested. They decide for you. That's why you have to... Let me see. That's why the mainstream mass media hates this, hates the internet. Because before this, they had the monopoly on what you're gonna hear and how you're gonna hear. How they're gonna cover some pieces of news, what kind of spin they will give. Right now they can't really do that. That's why they hate these guys on the internet. All these guys, they're just misinformation, because they do not get engaged in misinformation, because they're always truthful and objective and blah blah blah. I have so many examples. I will make a video on that just to show you firsthand how they reported certain kind of things that I was aware of. I don't want to say I was involved in them, but I was aware, living in the context. So I knew, I said, that's not true. What are you talking about? Anyway, so let's go back to this guy, Blinken. They try to portray him as being this tough guy, intelligent, diplomat. He's a weasel. He's a weasel. Even, you know how you know that? By reading his statements, not what the analysts or these spin doctors tell you what you should understand, what Blinken said. Oh, China is a continent. Actually, Blinken said that China is a big country, is as a continent. That's how you have to understand out of it. This is how these guys come and clean the garbage. This guy poops after he walks. The same as Clinton, Blinken, Biden, and all these guys. When they say something stupid because they're not very bright, another guy comes, oh my God, here we go. Actually, what you misunderstood that. It's on you. Gaslighting right there. It's not, you mean what he meant is this. He's not that idiot, So the same with Blinken. He pressed, is that what he said? Blinken, what did he do? Yes, he pressed Lavrov, and Lavrov was like a little female dog. Please, spare me. You're so strong. Jesus Christ, man. All right, let's go to this chat here. Unbelievable, man. I can't believe, man. Look at this guy. Look at the bad dude right here. Look at this. Oh my, there's a hitman right here. Look at this guy right here, my friends. Look at this guy. I'm sorry, but I can't fucking help it. Oh my God. That's the U.S. How do you call it? Whatever. Bloomberg, Secretary of State Antony Blinken pressed his Russian counterpart to end the invasion of Ukraine during a brief and unexpected encounter on the sidelines of Group of 20 meeting in India, their first in-person encounter since the war began a year ago. Okay, and here it is. The top U.S. diplomat urged Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov to move toward a peace deal with Ukraine and advocated for the U.S. citizen detained by Moscow. Right, you see that? There you have, that's Whelan. Now let's see what the liars are saying, which is the Russians, right? Because we heard what the truthful Reuters said. Moscow denies reports Blinken and Lavrov discussed Whelan. They're lying. Look at this guy. And this guy. Now who's the good-looking guy here? The one on the left or the one on the right? The one on the left. But who's the smartest one? No, sorry, my bad. Who's the smart one? The one on the left or the one on the right? Well, anyway. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken did not raise the topic of U.S. citizen Paul Whelan, who had been convicted in Russia on espionage charges, during a brief conversation, not a meeting, conversation, with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov in India. Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova, smart, very tough, I like her a lot, said on Friday. Not that way. I like that she's intelligent, I like that she is direct and she's courageous. And this is what Zakharova said. I checked with Sergei Viktorovich whether Blinken raised the topic of Whelan yesterday. It turned out that the US Secretary of State did not even say a word about this. Everything that the State Department said yesterday about Blinken expressing concern about the situation around the US citizen is a lie, end quote, Zakharova wrote on Telegram. The two met on the sidelines of the G20 ministerial in New Delhi on Thursday. Blinken later spoke about the details of the brief conversation. In particular, he called on Russia to return to the implementation of the new START, raised the issue of the US citizen, and called on Russia to stop the special operation in Ukraine and start a diplomatic dialogue. Now, we don't have to believe either Zakharova, Lavrov on one side, and Blinken on the other, because they all can lie. I mean, right? But it's just strange that you don't hear anything in the mass media, but now they met and he told him, yeah, it was on Blinken's brain whenever he was doing whatever in the bathroom. Whelan, we're going to talk about Whelan. I see my right hand moving. Yeah, Whelan, we got to do that. I don't believe that, man. I do not believe that. But anyway, that's my right, all right, to have gut feelings. All right, not only they can have gut feelings, we can have gut feelings as well from time to time. Not too many gut feelings, because then, anyway, we lose the All right, my friends, you believe whomever you want. And as I said, I don't trust either of these guys. But it's very suspicious that this was on his brain. Whelan right now. And it's a coincidence that I said 2 days, as I said before, 2 days ago I was talking about that, and now supposedly Blinken was like, I'm gonna say something when I meet Lavrov, and he pulled him by his sleeve. Sir, excuse me, sir, an autograph first on my boobs. I don't know, man. I'm in a good mood when I read this kind of idiotic articles. And when I see these weasels, my God. Oh, shoot. All right, well, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. Blinken.